Pin this comment. Hello, hello. Let me back up a little bit. Hello, hello, everyone. Oh, it's a sweaty, sweaty morning here in LA. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our somatic practice this morning. I'm Chioma NWOSU. It's a joy to share this practice with you, and I am so stoked to see so many people showing up for their own self-healing on this Self-Care Sunday. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, everyone. I'm going to try my best to wave to everyone. What you're going to need today is a space where you're not going to be disturbed at all. Wear some comfortable clothes. Today's somatic stretch is using the sense feeling in the body, the soma. And so a quiet space is what's preferable. If you have any tools that'll help you be comfortable, like a mat or a pillow, really get those luxuriating tools to make this more of a restorative practice. I'm gonna let people fill in. And I wanna tell you a little bit about why we're here, who brought us here. First of all, I want to say thank you to WellSet. That's who you can find me teaching classes for on a weekly basis. It's the first digital holistic health studio for the mind, body, and emotional well-being. Memberships to thousands of lives and on-demand classes. And there's 20 evidence-based practices in movement and mindfulness practices like yoga, what I teach, EFT, hypnosis, journaling, sound healing, Ayurveda, acupuncture. You can find it all there. Just come on. And classes are designed to manage stress, reduce anxiety, shift habits, boost mood, improve sleep, and help you feel more balanced. So I hope that I get to see a lot of you guys on WellSet platform, checking out my class and the classes of all the other talented holistic instructors and practitioners that are offering their services there as part of the membership. I am a WellSet teacher. I teach movement, and somatic therapy and movement help me in my personal journey. I'm also a massage therapist, a licensed massage therapist, and a Reiki master. I work with psychedelic therapy, helping people through psychedelics as well. Remove trauma or move through trauma in their response to life. Feel free to check me out. I have my Insta tag there, and we can share more about what I do. I am looking forward to sharing this stress relieving practice with you, giving you some tools that you can use on a day-to-day when you're outside of class, when you're outside of this sacred space that we're setting, and life's coming at you. I want you to leave with some things that can help you improve the sense memory in your body, and also the reaction to stress in the body, because we all have a history of how we connect to stress in our body, and we hold it in different spaces and places, and I'd like to explore that with you today. So afterwards, you're welcome to share how you feel with the class or through the comments if you want to. Please follow WellSet. Please follow me on IG. Also, they want me to mention that the Heal audience gets 25% off of your monthly WellSet membership using the code HEAL25 at wellset.co, in addition to the regular 14-day free trial that's offered there. Okay, y'all? So that's $15 a month instead of $20. All right? So keep an eye out for the next IG Live. in the Self-Care Sunday series. Okay, that's going to be on July 9th. So, are you guys ready to get started? So like I said, this is a somatic practice. We are using the soma, the body, as the basis for our practice. So I'm going to be asking you to start your meditation in the middle of your mats. We're going to close our eyes and begin to breathe deep. Let me back up a little bit so you can see me. So just find somewhere nice and comfortable, close your eyes and begin to breathe deep. And I want to set you up for a practice of pendulation. Now, pendulation, the goal is to learn self-regulation, all right? There are certain triggers and unconscious triggers that set off fear and immobility reactions that can last for hours or days in our body. This may feel like being caught in kind of a storm of events, of fear or paralysis. It can also show up as overwhelm and feel like things are impossible to escape. This is just a stress pattern. So doing these exercises for self-regulation gradually changes the nervous system, and slowly over time, hopefully, it reduces the degree of hyperarousal, fear or panic, or hypoarousal, immobility or spaciness, fogginess in the head that occurs when you're triggered. So we're going to slowly do that today. And closing the eyes, breathing deep, bring yourself to a space we're going to call the oasis space. This is a place where you feel safe, calm, yet alert. This needs to be a space outside of the body, preferably in nature, but it doesn't have to be. Imagine yourself there feeling calm, peace, but alert. Remember the sensations in your body. Be curious about what's going on in your body right now when you imagine yourself in this oasis space. Breathing deep into your belly. Exhaling through the nose. I want you to open your eyes. And let's move, remembering that oasis space in the body. So we're going onto the mat. We're starting off with our legs nice and long, stretching out the hamstrings. We hold a lot of stress in our low back, our inner groin, and our hamstrings. So today, let's work on making some more space and on bringing more awareness to those spaces and places. Perhaps teaching our body a different way to host stress that's a little bit more supported in our body. So with our legs extended as long as we can make them, with the back of the knees pressing down onto the mat, I want you to press the heel forward, making sure that the soles of the feet are pressing forward, that they're not going in, and also that the toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. So for some of us, this might come super easy. For some of us, this might require work. Honor your body and where you are, okay? Because that's what matters as we move today. As we're sitting here with our legs fully active, quadriceps, our thigh muscles engaged. Oh, I totally forgot, I was told of this little trick. I don't know if you guys know it. But I want this audio. So I'm going to make sure that my audio is connected to my earbuds. Totally forgot that. Okay. So hopefully you guys can hear me a little bit better. We're going to inhale and reach forward. So I can reach the soles of my feet. Some of us can only reach the toes. Maybe you can only reach the outside edges or the ankles. Wherever you are, do not lose the activity in the legs. With the quadriceps, the thigh muscles active, drawing the kneecaps up while the heel is pressing forward. Now, I want you to feel all the feels while you're in this shape, because this is information. This shape is offering us some information as to where you're holding and how you're holding on to stress and tension in the hamstrings, the low back, the shoulders, the neck, even the front parts of your body. So I want you to breathe deep, inhale through your nose, and send the breath past the chest into the belly, let the belly fill up, and exhale through the nose, nice and slow. And notice if your jaw is tightened, or if your shoulders are hiked up, or if you got any crazy arches going on in your back. You should have a nice flat back with the chin lowered, so the back of the neck is nice and straight as well. Right? Notice any sensation in the mid-thoracic spine, the mid-back, the low back. And notice what changes in the hamstrings and in the inner groin muscles. What changes do you notice? Is there a softening? Is there a little bit of heat? Breathe deep. Now, remember that oasis space meditation we did earlier, where you went to a space where you feel calm and peace? This is a delicious way of pendulation in the mind to help us deal with a stressful event in the body. So let's take our minds there as we breathe into the body, nice and slow, filling up at the belly. And exhaling nice and slow through the nose. We're taking our mind to that oasis space where we feel safe, calm, and peace, but yet alert. We notice the tension in the body. We're moving through the tension in the body. We're not resisting it. We're using the breath to maybe create a little bit more spaciousness. Inhaling nice and slow, sending the breath all the way to the belly. Exhaling nice and slow, perhaps relaxing the shoulders more, rolling them back and down. Lowering the chin to the chest more. Lowering the chest to the thighs more. Maybe you can play around with relaxing the quadriceps if the tension is a little too much. Figuring out what spaces and places you can relax and allow for breath to make and create space. Now on your last exhalation, we're going to roll up slowly. The head is going to come last, so that chin and chest connection just stays there. And the head comes up last. So of course we're going to do this again. The first time we were just getting to know the shape, right? Our staff pose, Dandasana, in forward fold. But now we can actively look for a little bit more spaciousness and length, right? So inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Go ahead and grab the feet. Maybe you can grab them a little lower, right? Maybe you can lower your chin and to your chest a little sooner. Let me see what people are doing. But as we're here, remember to breathe deep and be curious about the space that's being made in the body. So how do we get the comments off the screen? I don't know, darling. I think that there is an option if you play around with your screen. So in that forward fold, see if you can relax your shoulders even more. See if you can remove the tongue from the roof of the mouth. And now let's take our mind to our oasis space as we use pendulation in the mind to help us better deal with a stressful experience or event in the body. Bringing your mind to that space that's calm and safe and alert. Feeling the sensations that come from being in that space in the body. Allowing those sensations to bring you a little bit more calm and ease and peace in the moment. And on your last exhalation, we're going to roll up nice and slow. Chin to the chest. Head comes up last. So let's take our backs down to the mat. Bring the knees to the chest. We're just going to grab onto the shins and rock side to side. See if you can bring the back of your neck nice and flat on the mat. You can either interlace your fingers or grab opposite wrists. See if you can roll the shoulders back and down and then separate them. As if you're trying to press the spine that's in between flat on the mat, even flatter. I'm going to see if you can release your low back here, rocking side to side. You'll know you're releasing your low back because it starts to feel like a little stretch, and then you'll feel the release of your tailbone going down into the mat. So we're doing pendulation in the body here, rocking side to side. That also helps the body ease into a shape. So if we go through a shape that's a little hard for you, rock yourself in and out of it, and see if you can create more space through breath and slight movement, okay? So we're just gonna bring that left foot flat on the mat. We're gonna keep the left knee bent. The right knee is still to the chest. We're gonna grab the sole of that right foot as best you can. Now, if you can't quite grab the sole, this is a great time to grab a yoga strap or a block. A rope or a belt. Something you can loop around your foot is helpful here. Or you can grab your ankle, but we don't want hands dangling. We want to close the flow of energy in our body because we're using the somatic information to flow today. So it's important that you do what needs to be done. Either get a strap, a rope, a belt, or grab a hold of another part of your body so that you're stable, okay? So if you can, grab the sole of your foot and extend that leg nice and long and straight. I'm gonna play around with how we're holding that hip, right? So some of us, that right hip might hike up, and that's fine, that's information. Let's just grow in awareness there, rolling the shoulders back and down. The back of the neck flat. We're going to press that tailbone down. Hopefully you were able to release your low back. And we're going to even the hips out. So what does that mean? We're going to press that right hip down. So for me, that wakes up a space in my in my glutes and the top of my hamstring. So that stretch worked. That's what I would say, because I can feel it. Notice what it does for you. Also, be aware of what your right heel is doing. You want to make sure that the right heel and ankle are stacked so that the toes are pointing directly back. The shoulders are even, and we're breathing deep. Again, I want you to notice what's going on in the mind. What places, what phrases are popping up in the mind? What colors are you noticing now? If you're noticing what's going on in the leg, the hip, the shoulder, that's where the tension is. That's where it likes to hide. So instead of running from the sensation, let's move through the sensation with our breath. Inhaling through the nose, all the way down to the belly. This time, hold the air there in the belly once you're full. Now, as we exhale through the nose, relax the jaw, the shoulder. You can even put a slight bend in the knee. And we're going to do this once again. Inhaling through the nose, all the way to the belly. Shoulders are back and down. We're going to hold it once we're full. And this time, as you exhale, bend that right knee, grab a hold of the right shin, bring the left knee in, and rock side to side. Trusting you've done what you've needed to do on that right side. Let's switch to the left. So we're going to bring that right foot down. And again, we're going to grab that left foot as best we can, the ankle perhaps, using a strap, I don't know. And I don't know about you, but I use my right side and my left side differently. I'm right side dominant, so my left side always it is a different experience. If that's the same for you, just be aware of it. Don't judge it. And extend that left leg long, nice and straight. Again, you want to make sure the hips are even. So as you roll the shoulders back and down, the back of the neck nice and straight. We're going to press that left hip down. And again, make sure that the heel and the ankle are in alignment, right? Breathing nice and deep, inhaling slow. Filling up the belly and holding the breath once you're there. Exhale and relax what needs to relax. Exhale through the nose, nice and slow. Even put a nice little slight bend in the knee. We're going to inhale again. Shoulders back and down. You can feel the stretch in the arms if you really bring some awareness in how you're holding your shoulder blades. Then exhale and bend the knee. Bring the knee back to the chest. Bring that right knee in. Rock side to side. So we're going to rock and roll. And what this does is it warms up the spine, increases a little bit of our heart rate and blood flow. And you see kids doing this all the time, okay? And they do this easily. So there's no perfection in this. It's just about the movement and the breath, okay? So what we're going to do is to start, we're going to extend the legs up and back. And then we're going to exhale, come up to a nice boat pose. And then we're going to slowly rock back again. We're going to do this a number of 10 times. You can stop in the middle like me and get a nice little ab crunch, or you can come all the way up. It's your choice. But we're going to do this 10 times, making sure that we keep the chin tucked. You want the chin and chest to somewhat connect to protect the spine. The shoulders are backing down. Now if you notice, I've still got my hands on my thighs, completing the flow of energy in my body. So after your 10th one, we're going to come up to a nice comfortable seat. Okay? So we've been able to work a lot of the low back, a lot of the shoulders. Let's get into the inner groin. So we're going to take the right leg and take it back behind us. The knee is bent and the foot is flexed. That left leg, the shin is parallel with the top of the mat. Let me see here. Okay, just making sure there are no questions. So it's kind of like a zigzag pattern. Get my coffee out. So our right leg is back behind us. That foot is flexed. That knee is bent. The left leg is in front. That knee is bent. That foot is flexed. This would be a great time to add a pillow or a blanket, because all we're going to do is lean forward, bring our forearms down. Now if you're on a pillow, you're bringing it on the pillow. If you're on the mat, you're bringing your forearms and elbow down on the mat. And we're going to lower our chin to chest, roll the shoulders back and down, and spread them as if you're making space for wings, right? We're stretching out the cervical spine, the back of the neck here. That is hard to stretch, but we use so much while you're opening up the inner groin muscles, right? And so it's okay to have most of the weight on that left glute, but see if you can lower that right hip. And so bring it down. And I love to use pendulation here, rocking in and out, making as much space as I can. Also using pendulation to open and relax my shoulder blades, open and relax. And the shoulder blade through the scapula holds the key to a lot of shoulder, head, and neck pain that we experience, especially if we're at a desk, a computer, if we're scrolling for a long time, or if we're driving. It could get pretty dicey. So this is a great stretch to open up that area. All right, so walk the hands back. Now all we did, we were reclined, and now we're not. So we are gonna take that right leg back and come into a pigeon pose, right? This is our pigeon pose. We did nothing with that left shin. We kept it just as it is. And don't worry if the foot comes in a little bit, that's fine. But what I want you to focus on today, while we're in our pigeon pose, is having the top of the right foot flat, the right knee flat. So if you need to bring something to support the knee, please do. Having the hips even, the shoulders even, the head forward, shoulders back and down, and we're breathing deep. Feel what's going on in the body. Allow the tension, the pain, or whatever's coming up to inform you as you move through it. Take your mind to your oasis space. And breathe deep into the body. And slowly relax, bringing that hip back down. Let's go to the other side. So we're seated cross-legged. We're going to take the left leg now behind us. That right leg is going to be parallel with the new top of the mat. Right? We've just got the bend here in the left foot flex. And we're just going to come forward here with the forearms. Can you see me? And the elbows down on the mat. Remember, we use pendulation here to make some space in the inner groin. So feel free to use that rocking motion to open up the hips in preparation for what's coming next, as you guys know. And we're just going to hold this for a few breaths, shoulders back and down, spreading the shoulder blades and relaxing, using pendulation to make space in the thoracic and cervical spine. And on your very next exhalation, walk the hands up. And we're going to go into a pigeon pose. So we're going to send that left leg long. And remember, I want you to focus on bringing the top of that left foot flat. Right? Shoulders are back and down. We're evening out the hips here. Remember to use pendulation in the shoulder blades. Lowering the chin to the chest here. Breathing deep. Let's take 2 full breaths. After your second exhalation, slowly come down onto the hip. Now this is a very, very most important part. Well, actually you can use your pillow here too. Is Shavasana. I'm going to luxuriate on my bolster pillow here. So you're going to bring your back onto the mat. You can rest your head and shoulders on a pillow if you have it like me. Open the feet wide and bring the knees together. Again, we want the right hand on the abdomen, the left hand on the hip. Go ahead and make any space in the low back shifting so that you can have contact of that lower lumbar spine on the mat, so that any residual space that needs to be made has the time and space now through the Shavasana and our breath to make space. Give your body any shifts, last minute shifts, and then let's commit to stillness as we breathe deep into the body. I'd like to give you and offer you a tool of box breath. This is used by Navy SEALs and emergency room nurses to heighten concentration and to decrease the stress response to triggers while in somewhat high stress environments. So here's your tool, your takeaway for today. I hope many of you are already practicing this, and this is just a refresher. But if this is new to you, do not fret if you don't get it the first time. It's best to practice this. So through the nose, we're going to inhale for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1, sending the breath to the belly, holding it there for 4, 3, 2, 1. Through the nose, we're going to slowly exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Contracting the abdominals and pressing the belly button in, holding that exhalation for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it again. Inhale through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath for 4, 3, 2, 1. Through the nose, exhale slow for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the exhalation for 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue as many cycles of this as you need. Once again, my name is Chioma, and it's been a joy sharing this delicious somatic practice with you. I hope you use pendulation in your oasis space whenever you need it throughout the day, especially as stressful events arise in life as they do. Again, be sure to check out WellSet and WellSet Co. You guys have some special goodies waiting there for you. My name is Chioma. Please follow me, and I'll see you guys next time. Namaste.